Good morning and welcome back to another wonderful week of instructional promise here at Charles Herbert Flowers High School, a mecca of excellence where our Jaguars hustle harder by exhibiting hard work, utilizing resources, our success-oriented tenacious leaders exceeding expectations. You know, I kind of feel like I've, with all the meetings and things that I've had to do over the last week or two, I have not been in the building a lot, have not been into a lot of classrooms, so I'm committed this week to getting to all of the classrooms to see just how great you all are choosing to be every day with your instructional commitment. So make sure that you're on point this week. It's a very important week. As you know, this is the last week before progress reports come out. Progress report window opens up on Friday, and teachers will start putting grades in on Friday. The final day for progress reports is on Tuesday, and they actually go home the first week of October. So if we're going to show that we are committed academically to be successful, it should show on our first quarter progress reports. So make sure that you're having communications with your teacher, that you're doing the things that are necessary in order to be successful every day here at Charles Herbert Flowers High School. A couple great things going on here at Charles Herbert Flowers High School in the next couple of weeks. First, on October 11th, we will be hosting a male youth leadership conference. So Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Lambda Gamma Gamma chapter will be hosting a male youth leadership conference on October 11th. Lots of great giveaways. They're giving away iPads, giving away Beats headphones, iTunes cards, and they're going to have some great speakers that'll be here to help inspire you towards your destiny. So we want all of our young men to sign up. We have applications in the main office. Please come and get an application from the main office, fill it out, and make sure that you attend on October 11th. We'd also like, if possible, for you to have a male role model, father, uncle, whoever is, to come out and support as well during that day. They do not have to come. They're not required to come for you to come, but we're also inviting them to come out as well. So that is on October 11th. On October 2nd, we will be hosting an event that has been formulated to help our young men and young ladies formulate work and answers and solutions around how you deal with the authorities, meaning specifically the police. That'll be here on October 2nd, and so it's called the Know Your Rights Forum, and it's being sponsored by the ACLU, the 100 Black Men of Prince George's County, and NAACP. That will be here on October 2nd. Want to make sure that you're participating in that as well. There's also a female youth leadership conference that will be occurring on Saturday. More details on that initiative are in the main office, so make sure that you get down to the main office. They're recruiting specifically from Flowers High School, 15 young ladies to participate in that, and that will be off-site, but still right here in the community, right on Martin Luther King Highway, at one of our business partners will be sponsoring that initiative. So if you want more information on that, make sure that you get that from the main office. Please also make sure at this time that you're using your agenda books every day, not just as a pass, but also if you're having challenges with organizing your thoughts, your classwork, homework assignments, your extended assignments, whatever you have, use that agenda book as a tool to help you become organized. And in that vein, one of the things that truly great teenagers exhibit is that organization. So in that vein, we're going to talk very briefly this morning about the 7 habits of highly effective teens. So I'll discuss the first 3 this week, and the first 3 have to do with what you're doing internally within yourself every day in order to ensure that you're great. And then next week, we'll talk about the 4 things that you do when you deal with the community, deal with your classmates, your teachers, your parents, the other members of your community, to show that you're great and to become a highly effective teen. So if you want more information on the 7 habits of highly effective teens, I would just ask you to Google Sean Covey's 7 habits of highly effective teens. It's a lot of great information there on how you can really prepare yourself to be successful moving forward. So the first 3 have to do with the private victory. And the private victory has to do with what you're doing internally every day to prepare yourself to be successful. So the first habit of a highly effective teen is to be proactive. So when we start talking about being proactive, that is the opposite of reactive. Now, reactive means that you wait for something to happen first and then you do something because of it. To be proactive means that you're preparing to make the decisions before things even happen and therefore controlling your own destiny. So to be proactive, you need to take responsibility for your life. You need to understand what your goals, what your vision is, and you need to act as if those goals and those visions every day, and that vision drives you every day. So being proactive is the first part of being a highly proactive, a highly successful teen. The second habit is to begin with the end in mind. Control your own destiny or someone else will. So you know that if you don't get, and this is a part of this is being proactive as well. So if you don't get assignments turned in, then you're giving up your own destiny, because then you're asking for the teachers to allow you some leeway to accept late assignments. So be proactive, control your own destiny, and begin with the end in mind. If you're looking to get an A, you should be working from the first day of the quarter on getting that A. So if your goal, the end in mind, is getting that A, then everything that you do every day should be working towards getting that A. The last thing is that the third habit that we'll discuss this morning is putting the first things first. So now this is a very important one, because you may not always have people around you that are prioritizing. So if they're not prioritizing and you're doing what they want to do, then you're not putting the things that are important to you first. So be a leader by putting the things that are important to you first. And I was talking to a young man this morning, and it was around 7:50, and he was sitting on the stairs, and I said, "Young man, why aren't you going to class yet?" He said, "I'm waiting for my girlfriend." Well, guess what? Your girlfriend is already in class. Why? Because she's putting the first things first, and she's already taking care of her business. So make sure that you are prioritizing, putting the things that are important first. Coming to school in uniform, prepared to be successful, doing all of your classwork and homework assignments in advance, being proactive in that regard, and making sure that all the activities and goals and strategies that you're using are moving you towards your vision of being a highly effective young adult. So those are Sean Covey's first three habits of highly effective teens. We'll talk about the next four next week. So the principle of sowing and reaping is what I want to talk about before I get off this morning. So I want you to think about this. Now, sowing is the investment that you make in something. For instance, if you are want to create a garden, you just can't throw seeds on top of some dirt and expect they're going to grow. You have to till that soil. You have to dig up that dirt. You have to loosen it up so that you can plant those seeds, and then you have to water that dirt and those seeds and throw fertilizer things on top of it in order for it to grow. So when you start thinking about sowing, you're thinking about the investment that you're making in the front end so that you can reap positive benefits. If you just throw those seeds on top of the soil, I guarantee you that you're not going to have a good yield as far as the plants that you want to grow. But if you till that soil, if you throw the water and the fertilizer on top of it, if you make sure that you're consistent about doing those things, I promise you that you will reap positive benefits from what you've sowed. So think about this as you go throughout your day and your week. When you sow a thought, you reap an act. When you sow an act, you reap a habit. When you sow a habit, you reap a character. And when you sow a character, you will reap a destiny. So if we want to reap a destiny that is based on us being productive members of society that are showing that we are choosing to be great here at Charles Herbert Flowers High School, you have to start by sowing a thought. So let's make sure that we're sowing positive thoughts this week, and that we're acting in a manner that is aligned with those positive thoughts. That we're sowing positive acts, and then if you keep on sowing these positive acts, those acts become habits. If you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, either be it good or bad, it will become a habit. So if you have a habit, if you sow an act of coming to class on time every day, you'll develop the habit of always being on time. If you sow that habit, it will become in your character to be on class, to be to class on time. Your teachers will see that, and they'll say that this person is exhibiting great character by committing to come to class on time. When you sow that character, you'll have people that want to support you in doing the things that you want to do in order to be successful, and you'll reap the destiny of just being great. So let's think about the principle of sowing and reaping as we move forward this week. That's all I have for you. I'm your principal, Mr. Brown. Don't have a good week. Have a great week. Thank you.